Trek. It's a journey that starts in the 1970s. The oil crisis is on. Gas is expensive and scarce, and the world starts to believe in the bicycle. But this bicycling boom has created a bicycle shortage. So Dick Burke does what problem solvers do. He sets out to build bikes, the best bikes in the world. It's 1976, and together with 5 employees, in a barn, they build a culture of craftsmanship. They miter, they braze, they build a business. They call it Trek. The bikes sell. People love the way they ride. It's a family business, and every customer becomes part of that family. The 80s. Change is everywhere. Where people ride, what people ride, it's another cycling boom. The world of bicycles is changing, fast. So Trek grows the family by adding engineers from outside cycling. Engineers who have built airplanes, and rockets, and spaceships. It's a culture of invention, for the road and for the mountain craze. Trek's new engineers evolve bonding frames together. First aluminum, then an emerging material, carbon fiber. Half the weight of steel, simple carbon threads, woven, bonded, molded, amazingly strong. They call it OCLV. It's the 90s, and Trek is awarded multiple patents for the first successful all-carbon frame. The bike world would never be the same. But the world still didn't believe a bike this light could ride so well or last very long. Trek had something to prove, and racing is the ultimate proving ground. And there is no bigger stage, no bigger test than the Tour de France. The race was on. It's 1999, the first Tour de France team to race exclusively on carbon frames. The start of a race resume greater than any modern brand. And a journey that has made Trek believe that they could do more than just create bikes that riders love. They could make bikes that win. Great athletes ride Trek. It's the Trek of today. Bikes lean on desks, lunchtime rides turn into lunchtime races, on the road and on the trail, Trek's very own trails. Trek has become a family of cyclists, for cyclists, road bikes, mountain bikes, urban bikes, worldwide, because it's a group of people that believe anything is possible and continue to prove it anywhere, while still handcrafting its fastest carbon frames in Waterloo, Wisconsin, where they still strive to build the best bikes in the world every day. It's the mission that Dick Burke launched in 1976, when the very first Trek was built, a Trek that is still under warranty, a promise the family made to its very first customer, and on every bike since. We believe in taking care of our customers, but also in all the things a bike can do. Battle climate change, lessen congestion, and improve health. It's transportation that brings us together, yet lets us escape to places we'd never see any other way. There are 1 billion bikes on this planet, which means 6 billion people aren't riding. We believe we've got more work to do. Trek, born in a barn, raised on rocket science, raced to win, warranted for life, loved the world over. Become part of our family. We believe in bikes.
I'm like a rock in the sea, and it doesn't matter if the waves come from the left or from the right. I'm always there. You always know where they can find me. I really think I was lucky with my parents that they were trying to teach me the right things in life. My, we could almost say famous shut up legs. Actually, it's almost an invention of my dad, because my dad always used to say, my son, the mind has to control the body, not the other way around. Once I have been asked which figure in literature I would be, and I picked Akela, which is the leader of the pack where Mowgli, Jungle Book, from Kipling. And Akela is the leader who actually decides to take Mowgli into the tribe.
You know, being Jens, he had a plan. There was never any downtime. There was never any, awkward moments of what should we do now. And he grabbed the pen, the notepad, and started, really putting down on paper very quickly ideas that he had in his head. So it was made a lot easier for myself to kind of translate that into a bike.
I had my days in the sun and I had my 50 minutes of fame and all that. But now it's time to, as I say, be honest and realistic with yourself and go, look, I still know in my head how it works, so I can share this knowledge with the other kids, and they might have the body to still do it.
He has some things that were very important to him that he wanted on that bike.
Have like the German flag in a small stripe going over the fork frame in a little angle, so like not as big, just a little color to add.
He had some big wins that any racer would be proud of, but definitely wanted his family. His family had to be on the top tube, and so we just created a graphic that would be there with all his wife and his 6 kids' names.
I don't really have a 100% plan for after. The fans, they like me, they make me into what I am now. So it's only fair that I give something back and spend some time and make them realize why they support you, because you are a nice person, you're a down-to-earth person.
We let them know that we wanted this bike to be a thank you. We're not worried about sales, we're not worried about anything. This is a straight up thank you bike from your fans. You've had an amazing career, so when you see this thing hanging on your wall in 20 years from now, what do you want to look at? I feel honored that a company like Trek thinks that, I'm worth doing that effort just for myself, I mean, the last one who had it is Fabian Cancellara, and then he come, oh yeah, little Jensi, you deserve it as well. I'm like, oh, that's very nice. So I'm still happy about that. So many wins, so that's really what wraps on the top tube, down the back of the seat tube, and then back up again on the bottom of the down tube are all his big accomplishments, stage wins, race wins, and then all sorts of fun facts. He had in there how much pasta he's consumed in his career, how many crashes, how many screws he's had put in him, surgeries, broken bones. That peace dove on the front was done by Pablo Picasso. It's his peace dove, and symbolizes the peace race that he won in '94. And it was a big deal in East Germany. The peace race, they called it the Tour de France of the East. His parents still to this day are like, that you won the peace race. That was a big deal to them. It was a big source of pride. I really see here the start of something that will go on for maybe still in 20 years. It's still going to be Trek cycling team and going to provide stability also to the fans, to the viewer. And I'm happy that I be there at the dawn.
Okay, everybody has an announcement here. Jens has agreed to race with us for next year on the new team.
I still feel a bit of pressure on myself to perform. Just because I can move my push bike a little bit quicker than other people, it doesn't make me a more valuable person. I'm not Albert Einstein, I'm a bike rider.
Calé d'un coup Maxime Montfort, il n'en pouvait absolument plus, et désormais le poids de la course repose sur Andy Schleck.
There's no money in the world and no words to
to tell him, you know, thank you what he did that day for me.
That day, I gave everything with the engine I got from God. There was so much to say about that day, but we have to start the story 3 days before. Andy lost a little bit of time. He was not so good, not as good as we expected. And then Kim come in the room and he say, okay, I have a tactic for the Galibier.
We had this plan, you know, that Max should go out in the breakaway, you know, to be there when I'm attacking his wall.
When we talk about the tactic, what we did, everybody said it's suicide to do that.
So nice, but it looks like it's a PlayStation game. But when Andy came to me, that was just full gas, so there was no tactic anymore. I had some energy left, so I said, okay, I'll go further.
If I look at that, I feel really emotional about what he did for me. That's really dedication. He had trouble, you know, to finish the stage that day because he went so deep for me. It was a team victory that day.
In the ideal scenario, your friend and leader wins the race and you know this little piece of his win is mine. This little piece is mine, so I'm part of it. And it takes a while to grow up enough and to become mature enough to realize, see your friend and teammate winning is as good as winning yourself.
The team it's your family, especially the guys who are a long time with me and really close to me, guys who are here. Honestly, this is like my favorite camp in the year.
A team you just not sit together in one day. You build it up.
We need to be together and to be friends together, not only colleagues.
We know each other for a long time now, and we like you know, tease each other and make fun out of each other.
I dropped myself to make Andy laugh.
I'm with the guys. It's a big difference, you know, when you go. I know it's not in every team like this. It's really something special we have.
I remember how Andy came to the team as a neo-pro and, like, you know, he followed me around and like, oh, awesome, yes, you know, and suddenly you realize he's next to you, and 2 years later you go, I'm working for him because he can win the tour.
Pressure will never disappear, but that's something I learned to handle. After last year, I'm really struggling, you know, to come back on my level.
The main problem in that situation is that the people and the media in general doesn't know Andy.
You know, I mean, you have a million people, they like pat your shoulders when you're on top, but not all of them stay with you when you go through some bad times. Now that he rediscovers the joy and the fun of riding his bike, that is, I think, a very important step.
I'm the leader, and not necessarily winning, but I believe treating your teammates with a lot of respect, because if I also have a chance in a race, I work for them.
The tour, it is like a travel almost in a submarine. You all enter this submarine, which is like the whole Tour de France project, and then you submerge. It just reminds you how freaking hard it is. Now I'm shit scared again.
Everybody is watching this, even somebody who doesn't know about cycling.
I'm feeling better than I ever felt before, and I think if there's someone who can do that, then it's me.
Not everybody can win a stage, but you know, you still gotta have people. They're actually almost like the backbone of every team. People just put the head down and just ride until you fall off their bikes. You need these people too, so that the stars can shine. Yeah, if you can be part of that, it just simply makes you proud to be selected for this adventure, you would almost say.
in 2010, we introduced the Speed concept to the world.
We felt like we had hit our big three parameters: best-in-class integration, best-in-class aerodynamics, and best-in-class fit.
The camtail technology that went into the current Speed concept was a huge revolution. I actually still remember sitting at my desk and first seeing that negative drag come up off the CFD simulation. And that was such an amazing moment that built into this bike that is still currently the fastest bike out there.
Going into the new bike, we said we have to give none of that up, and wherever we can, we have to improve on it, because we know we can always get better.
Instead of going to the drawing board, just kind of making something new for the sake of making it new, we leveraged that huge revolution and decided to take our design out of the wind tunnel and into the real world.
We really tried to put it into three key categories. You have aerodynamic performance, integration, and fit performance. When we started to look at developing a new Speed concept, everybody in the room agreed we needed to take it beyond the wind tunnel. We actually had to prove to ourselves and to our customers that we knew exactly what was happening out on the road.
We took our yaw and airspeed sensor out to the most extreme courses in the world, namely Arizona, which is sort of a low yaw angle course, and Ironman Hawaii, which is notoriously a high wind, high yaw angle course.
We discovered that you're looking at yaw in the 2.5 to 12.5 degree range, and that then became our focus on the project, is saying, let's make sure we absolutely win in that range.
Designing for these low yaw angles, we focused on things like frontal area, simplifying the front end, and improving the fork aerodynamics.
We didn't change our basic tunnel protocol with this new information on real world yaw. We still do a full sweep, we're still doing a full bike with and without a rider with our pedaling mannequin. Some of the things that we assessed in the tunnel were variations on themes that had come out of our CFD work. Different shapes of frame gussets, refining the shape of the KVF tubing from the original Speed concept, because we knew we could improve on it.
So we took the new Speed concept not only to the wind tunnel for testing and validation, but we took it to the track with Fabian Cancellara. We tested both the current Speed concept that he was riding and his new Speed concept, and switching just from that bike to the new bike with the exact same position, we found him to save 30 to 40 seconds per hour.
Integration is really about systems, and in triathlon, the system is a really big deal. You have the rider's comfort, you have aerodynamics to deal with, and it really comes down to survival as well. So there's a lot of things you need to bring with you on a triathlon. Nutrition and hydration and repair kit.
These are the things real people carry with them. These are the things people hang on their bike, and you don't want them to be penalized for doing it.
If we work our way through the bicycle, if we start up at the front, we have a water bottle cage that's got a built-in computer mount on it, and then the speed box on top of the top tube's been redesigned. It's very clean and simple, very aerodynamic. The new draft box on the back of the seat tube is totally redesigned. It's a little bit bigger, you can fit tubulars in it easily now. It also has a quick release button. We also have a new 2-pack arrow. Basically it allows you to carry 2 bottles behind you as well as a bunch of supplies, and that actually makes your body faster.
The great thing about our storage solutions is that when you put them all on the bike, it actually makes you and the bike faster than if you use none at all.
We knew knew that our range needed to get a little lower than what we had before and a little further out in front. So we made sure that the new mono extension and the spacer system that goes underneath it could hit all of those points. The base bar now, not only by design, is located a little closer to the rider, but there's some adjustability there where you can bring it back or push it out a little further, a little closer. At the pads, we retained our vertical capability in 5mm increments, added another 30 millimeters of width at the pads. We retained the general philosophy of our stem system. We said, let's make this pure stack and reach. So now the 6 stems move straight up and only straight out as you go through the 6 sizes.
Our dedication to enhancing our aerodynamic understanding, enhancing real-world testing, understanding exactly what athletes are doing out on the road, how they're interacting with their bikes, what kind of hydration, what kind of nutrition, what kind of storage is being put on their bikes, and then extending the fit window. Those are the key things that really move the speed concept in a new direction, making the fastest bike faster.
Bontrager has rewritten the script for what makes a wheel more aerodynamic. Introducing the all-new Aeolus D3. Welcome to a world where shallower can be faster. D3 is dual-directional design, revolutionary shape, extraordinary results. In fact, the D3 rim shape is so aerodynamic that each rim depth competes with other brands' deeper wheels, so you can run shallower wheels with the same aerodynamic benefit. And when you run shallower wheels, you reduce weight, make climbing easier, increase acceleration, and improve handling. To develop this new wheel line, our engineers went all the way back to the digital drawing board, using computational fluid dynamics, or CFD software, to completely reinvent the Aeolus rim shape. We started with a 2D cross-section of a rim and tire, testing its aerodynamics at the front of the wheel, where the tire leads the rim, and also at the back of the wheel, where the rim leads the tire. Riding in the real world means dealing with ever-changing wind angles, so we also tested many different angles of yaw or crosswind, and we made an important discovery. The tire leading edge has the most impact on aerodynamics, but the influence of the rim leading edge increases as yaw increases. It was clear, the fastest wheel would have to perform well in both the tire leading and rim leading position. Dual directional design was born. To narrow the search for the perfect profile, our engineers ran hundreds of possible rim shapes through thousands of CFD tests. This process, which would have taken years of testing prototypes in the wind tunnel, took just over a month of CFD calculation. With calculations complete, we built prototypes of the 3 best-performing shapes and headed to the San Diego low-speed wind tunnel for exhaustive testing against our major competitors. Not only did the wind tunnel validate our CFD predictions with real-world results, but each of our prototypes tested better than all its competitors. Our intensive development process had generated the best possible outcome. 3 best-in-class prototype shapes to choose from. When the first D3 wheels rolled out of production, we took them back to the wind tunnel for a head-to-head comparison with top-performing competitors. Again, each of our wheels left the others in the dust, not only outperforming its own depth class, but performing as well as or better than the competition's deeper rims. Since then, our D3 wheels have lived up to their promise in some of the toughest races in the world. Aeolus D3, shallower but faster, proven in the wind tunnel, proven on the road.
夢っていうのは、人それぞれ違うと思うんですけど、自分が一番好きな言葉で夢実現っていう言葉が好きなんですね。でその夢実現をするっていう ものに当てはまるのが、僕にとってトライアスロンがもうその夢実現そのものなんですよね。トライアスロンって自然を相手にする競技なので、雨が降ったレース、すっごい寒いレース、すごい暑いレース、いろんな条件でやるんですね。その地域とかその地形に合わせた条件でやるので、そういう苦しくなったらどうしても逃げたくなるじゃないですか、人間って。でも目標だったり夢を持ってたら、苦しいところで何クソ、ここでもう一回頑張ろうっていう気持ちになることがやっぱりトライアスロンの大切なことなので。ありがとう。から競技人生あと同じぐらいできるわけじゃない、あともう数年だと思ってるんですよね、自分の中で。もう競技一本でやろうと思ってるのが。でその時にもう自分の機材だったりレースウェアだったり全てのものにこう曇りがあったらいけないなと思って、でまずバイクで頭に浮かんでトレック乗りたい、マドン乗りたいで自分からトレックの方にお願いをして、トレックの魅力っていうのはいいものは残す、で進化したものをいいで新しいこれはいいぞっていうものをどんどん取り入れる。トレックがやってみんなが動くっていう結構あるじゃないですか。トレックが自転車のブレーキを下につけたら結構それが流行ってきたとか、そういうところは本当言葉ないですね。自分がどうするっていうかそういうこうしたいああしたいっていうのはないんですけど、ロンドン終わった時にリオは俺が出てるようじゃダメだぞっていう言葉を言ったんですね、インタビューで。それは俺を超えて出てほしい、リオを本当に目指す選手がいるんであれば、自分がやめてはいどうぞ僕のポジションどうぞじゃなくて、田山っていうしぶとい選手がいてさみたいな、あいつに勝てば次のオリンピック行けんだよねっていう存在でありたいですよね。トライアスロンで学んで、トライアスロンで失敗して、トライアスロンで喜びを感じて、トライアスロンで夢実現できた。田山宏和全てがトライアスロンなんで、トライアスロンには本当喜びがたくさん詰まってしまう。足し算でも掛け算でもないからこそトライアスロンには夢がある、未知数というか誰にでもチャンスがある、それがトライアスロン。